What's up, all you cool kids? This is Daisy Collins of TsunamiRose.net, coming at you live from my craft room here in Las Vegas, Nevada, as I do Monday through Friday, bringing you guys junk journal content. So if that's what you're into, do hit that little subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. It lets me know that you care. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I thought that I would try out, I mentioned this project in a past video, and I almost could have swore I dreamed it. Like, I almost swore I dreamed it, but I found it. There are this package of Tim Holtz, and this is from Joann's, apparently. Hey, Vanessa, how are you? And it says they are called stitched scraps. So they're just these little pieces of fabric that he, or whoever, that they designed with a little frame around and a little decorative, like, stitch. Looks like they have a couple different fabrics, and then like one long piece with just like a little stitched, and then like a straight stitch. Like, it looks like two zigzag stitches and then one straight stitch. And so I thought I wanted to try this look in particular, the one with the frame with the little zigzags. I wanted to do that on my tags with fabric. So we're essentially going to make that, and then we're going to attach it. Well, we're going to sew it onto this tag here. So that's what I wanted to try out. I know I'm in the middle of decorating my journals, but I just want to take a little bit of a break. And so let me make sure we're all focused in. I don't know if it's less focused now or more focused. I think it looks less focused. I can't tell. Anyways, you guys, I'm really trying here. I'm trying. Maybe more like a 4 or a 5. Okay, anyways. Okay, so I already have, this is one of the covers that I made for one of my recent journals. However, I think I cut it like wonky, so I'm going to use this because it's already basically fabric that is put on parchment paper. And I've done this in my videos before, where basically I I glue fabric down to parchment paper, or not parchment paper, packing paper, which is essentially a thicker tissue paper. And so that's what I've done here, is I've attached the fabric to the packing paper using Heat and Bond Light, so that way I can sew onto it. If you use Heat and Bond Ultra Hold, you'll have a problem sewing on it because it's not supposed to be sewed on. But anyways, oh, I need my rotary cutter. I didn't grab that. I also have my cutting board that I'll be using to cut. I basically want to cut a size of fabric that'll fit right here. And I believe I already told myself the dimensions, but of course I've already forgotten. So let me just go ahead and even this out here. Just pick a spot where it'll be even. I really need to get an actual quilting ruler. Maybe I'll have my husband buy me that for the birthday. I don't know. Hey, Monique, what's up, girl? Okay, so I need this. I had my ruler. I need this to print. I was going to say to print. To be 2 1/4 inches wide by 3 3 3/4 inch. Okay, so I said 2 1/4 inch wide. Pieces that are that size, 2 1/4. Actually, let me cut it to the right size. 1 second, I should have done this already. So, again, what we're trying is what I mentioned in a video before, and again, I thought I dreamt this, but it is this image right here from Tim Holtz, stitched scraps, and so that's the look we're going for right here. I think I could probably make a bunch of these, but I kind of tend to pick up print fabric, not like plain colored fabric. Okay, so it's supposed to be 3 3/4 tall. Okay. So here's 3 3/4. Actually, I'm going to cut it from the bottom because I like the top part. I want the top part to show. So hang on one moment while I place this here on the board so it's nice and even. Well, as even as it's going to get. It's probably not going to be even, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? I'm not a robot. Sorry that I'm not a robot, Mom. Okay. Okay. Okay, so now 2 1/4 wide. What am I going to measure? What is happening? Okay, sorry. Again, it doesn't have to be even. And of course, they used little labels, so you can make these small. But I kind of want to show the effect on a big size. And I wanted to have a little bit more stability as far as the material I'm sewing on. So here we go. That fits perfectly right here on this tag, which is what I wanted. And now what I'm going to do is I do want it to stay on the tag a little bit better than the fabric that I've been stitching on these in the past video. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue here in the middle because I'm not going to sew there anyways. Just so it stays in place while I stitch, that's all. It's not actually going to hold it permanently. That's what our stitches are going to do. Okay. 2 1/4. And I got my tags from Amazon at a really good deal because I got them unstrung. So apparently they're cheaper if they're unstrung. So I'm going to leave the links. I'm going to leave the link to the one that I'm using right now, but in the description box below, I actually purchased 2 different sizes. And they were just a really good deal because they're unstrung. So they didn't come with a string. So you got a bunch of them compared to if you did get a string. Which I always take off the string and add a fabric ribbon anyways. So I was like, okay, that's better for me anyways, because I always spend time unstringing them. But that's because I used to buy them from Office Supply. And now I'm trying to buy them from Amazon when I need them. I think I bought a box of 1,000, was it? Hi, Michelle. How are you? Hi, Joan. I don't know what you meant to say, but hi, Joan. Let's see, 2 1/4. Okay, so this is extra. And I do other things with this material as well. Let's see if I can pull it out right now. I make little note cards like this out of this. So I'll cut like an inch strip and then I'll sew it onto a nice little note card. Also, what else do I do with them? I also like put them all together and make a pocket, but I can't find those right now for some reason. The pockets are like running away from me, but I do a lot of things with this material, so that is still useful to me, even though it looks like that. Still useful. And so basically to get this right here, I will lay 2 pieces of fabric down on the heat and bond before, so that way they're like together. Just pretty cool. Just pretty cool. Let's cut straight in a second. I don't have scissors. Okay. Cool. We'll have to make do. Who else? Who else is here? I already said hi to Vanessa. Hi, Kat. How are you, girl? How are you? Did I just cut this? Yo, I just cut this straight up. I just cut it. I'm laughing, but I'm actually crying on the inside. I guess it happens. We'll have to make it for one of these mini cards. Oh, my life. Okay. So inch, literally like a little bit over an inch. This is insane. Is slightly shorter than it needs to be. I really wasn't planning on making small tacks, but now here we are. Now here we are. We need to cut off a quarter of an inch, guys. It's ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous, y'all. Here we are. Oh my gosh, would you just stay on the board? Okay. Just had to happen to me. Okay, so there. And I think we said a little bit over 2 inches. No, a little bit over an inch. So it should be just an inch. But an inch always looks so tiny on this. So I'm going to make it a little bit more than an inch. These are more on vibe with what the original Tim Holtz image looks like. They look like they're just these little title tags like this would be perfect to put on a page with a little frame on it. So we're going to see what that would look like. Okay, so there's the 3 mini tags that we decided to do also. It's a good deal, isn't it, Monique? It's a really good deal. I'm glad to hear you're doing good, Kat. I'm glad. Things are crazy out there. Okay. So this is going right here. And again, I'm just gluing them just so they don't move around when I stitch. This is just an advantage over just sewing the fabric on. Perfect way to use up scraps. Perfect way. Okay, so I have them all nice and prepped over here. It's going to be pretty easy sewing, and it doesn't really matter if it goes perfect or not, which is what is great about junk journaling. That's what keeps me at ease on junk journaling, because I know it doesn't have to be perfect. So it's like I don't have to stress out about it. If it comes out imperfect, that's actually better for me. Okay, so I have this other mix right here. It's just a clear mix of fabrics here. But we're going to do them. Let's see, I have this edge here. That edge is pretty actually even. But let's take off the paper though. Let's cut off the paper. Okay. Hey Rhonda, how are you? Thank you, Paris. And hello, Paris. Little Rhonda Lee in the house. That girl's in the house. Let's see. I gotta even this out now. I can't work with an uneven shape. It has to be even. Otherwise, I just can't picture it. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I can't work with it. It makes me nervous. So even if it doesn't have to be even, I'm just I'm gonna even it out anyways. And I don't really do the best job at evening things out sometimes, but that's okay. That's okay. So This does need to be cut down though to the size of the tag. Okay, again, this is fabric, heat and bond light, and packing paper. And so this has to be 3 3/4 inches long for the size of this tag here. Oh man, I'd almost rather cut off that piece of fabric. This fabric is too pretty for that. I want to say that Crafty Irene sent me this bed sheet. And the most exciting part of the bed sheet, which is all this stuff right here, and this was just on the edge trim that would, like, you know, go by your head. And the rest of the fabric is just mostly white fabric with little flowers like this. So I got the most exciting part of the fabric. Ooh, I'm excited to put these on something. Okay, these might actually fit perfectly on these tags. They do. Okay, anyways, I'm getting distracted with the little tags. I'm gonna make a couple of these, and these had to be 2 1/4 wide, if I'm not mistaken, right? 2 1/4. No, just a little bit over 2. Just a little bit over 2, if I'm not mistaken. Make sure that I'm not mistaken. No, it does look like I did 2 1/4. That's what I get for not writing anything down. I don't write anything down. I'm terrible. Okay, so there we go. I think I cut them down too short, but that's okay. We'll live. 2 1/4. I have a lot of scraps of heat and bond to go through. So this will be a good project to do, to get rid of all that. All those scraps of heat and bond. Okay. Okay, so this is what we got here to do. I also have this fabric here, which I'll do after I sew these, just so you guys can see what it is that I'm doing. Oh dear, a storm came out of nowhere. A storm, uh-oh. There was this, I live in the desert, so we don't get a lot of storms, but years ago, there was this one time that it rained, and it rained hard for 3 days solid here. And that is unheard of. Like, I've been here over 15 years, and I don't ever remember there being rain for more than 5 minutes. And here we were. Hey, Letitia, how are you, girl? Here we were. 3 days of solid rain. And it was incredible, and I still remember it to this day. I was like, wow, that's a lot of rain in the desert. Okay, so I have my machine loaded up with black thread because I do want it to be very, very prominent and kind of have a nice contrast with the fabric. And again, we are going for this look right here that I found on Pinterest, and I don't think I've seen this picture anywhere else. I've never seen this in the store, but it's called Tim Holtz Stitch Scraps. And you see this little frame right here that's like square and then has little zigzags. I want to do that, so that's the inspiration. for this product. So let's see. It looks like they did one straight stitch, and then they went around, and then they did the zigzag stitch. So we're gonna try that. So here we go. Of course, like I said, a few are messy. That's okay. That's how junk journals are supposed to look. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. It's not going to be even. It's going to be messy. But that's the look, right? That's the look. Ah! How did this happen? That's the look we're going for here. Let's see. Sometimes I have to move my sewing machine out the way. Okay, so now we're doing the second go around. And I'm going to put it a little bit like off to the side, so it's not exactly the top. And then we're going to switch over to zigzag, which is stitch number 4 on mine. And I'm just going to make it a little bit longer and a little bit wider than normal. And then we're going to go back to straight stitch. And I did make it the longest straight stitch I could. And we're going to go over here. And then zigzag stitch again. And then straight stitch again. It's a lot of moving stitches. Let's go. And then stitch, zigzag stitch. And then zigzag stitch. Straight stitch. Okay, and then over here. One more time over here. And then zigzag. And then that is our tag. Look how cute that looks. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? You're right, I probably could, but that's okay. I probably could change my life. You probably would. Thank you for the suggestion, Teresa. I've been thinking about it. I like it. I like the very, very stark contrast look of the black thread. And so I'm just going to keep trying this out. And looks really shabby chic. You can still write on the back. You could even write on here, really. I mean, it's just fabric. Yeah, I love this. Who would have thought? Let's do it. Let's do it again. Yes, the dark thread. And I really only used it because he used it. I didn't really see any other thread that would really go with it. But you guys know, I always say either pick a thread that stands out or pick a thread that you won't see. Okay, so let's do this again. We're going to start off with a just stitched rectangle. And I always stitch on my fabric and paper. I always choose the longest stitch for straight stitch. Okay, so now we're going to go do the second time around. And we're going to go a little bit, and then we're going to go switch to zigzag. Back to straight. You can even move it to be exactly where you first started, a little bit off to the side. And then zigzag. Okay. We'll go back over here with the straight stitch. Okay, and then, we're going to do the zigzag like over here. So now let's switch to zigzag. And if you guys need to know, I do use my straight stitch, like I said, on the length stitch of 5. My zigzag stitch, I'm using a stitch length of 2 and a width of 5 if you'd like to know. So here we're going to go back to straight, and we're going to hit it with a zigzag right here. Try it with a small piece of fabric in the middle of the tag. That would be cute, wouldn't it? I never used black thread. I actually don't. Okay, so when I first started making my junk journals, I would literally only use black thread, black or brown, because I was like, you know, it's more vintage. So I'd always stick to black or brown. And then I started getting into different colored threads, and they were just so expensive at like Walmart and like Joann's and stuff. And then Irina introduced me to the threads on Amazon. Now I haven't ordered in a long time, and the thread pack that I did purchase is no longer being sold. So now I actually, when I do run out of thread, which it's getting there, not really, but you know how you always feel in danger of running out of stuff. So I'm almost out of it, and I would have to experiment with another brand. But these are just, I don't even think they're fully cotton thread. So they're not the best threads. So if you're like gonna make like an actual project that you need to stay together for a long time, like a garment or even quilting, like I would not suggest this thread. But if you are just going to be using it to craft, then you could definitely use this thread just fine. It's just like $20 box of thread from Amazon, and you can check it out. It's a good deal. I used to post it on my videos, but then I realized it's no longer being sold, so that really sucks. We need to go straight stitch. So I'm just alternating straight and zigzag stitch here. Should have done this zigzag sooner. And now straight. And then we got the last one right here, which we're going to do the zigzag right away. I used to be like, oh, you know, it's really not going to look that vintage if I use colored thread. So I'm just going to use like regular. I'm just going to use brown or black thread. But girl, it don't matter. It don't matter. What would I do with the top? What do you mean with the top? Like right here, I put a fabric ribbon, if that's what you mean. See, I'm already in love with these. Can I do this with regular fabric? I don't know if it would stay. Sometimes it does shift around, so I guess this is, and then you could also use these fabric labels just on their own like that on the journal page to be written on. If you have like a neutral colored fabric that you could see the writing on, that would be awesome. To just put this down on the page as a little journaling spot. I believe the Tim Holtz ones were really small, but of course I'm doing the big tags. Okay, so here's the little tags. These are gonna be a little interesting. Why don't I'm gonna do a border. I have this idea. I'm gonna do a border twice over. And then I think I'm gonna do stars in the middle. I think that would be cute. Hang on, let's do this. Okay, so let's go over it one more time. Doesn't have to be perfect. If it's a little bit messy, that's even better, right? So they have this one tag. Let me show you where I'm drawing my inspiration from. They have this one tag, this one right here in the beginning where it has these X's. I think those are hand stitched, and that's yarn because that's really, really thick looking X's. So I think that's with yarn. What are the settings you use for your stitches? For the straight stitch, it is the longest width. So, the longest length. So a length of 5. For the zigzag, I use a length of 2 and a width of 5. So for this one, I'm actually gonna do the stars. I like this one star stitch that my sewing machine has. So I'm just gonna do that in the middle, and I'm gonna do the longest, widest setting on that one. And as long as I go slow, sometimes I get too excited and I try to go too fast and it just doesn't want to sew correctly. But anyways, get yourself the Heat and Bond light and you'll not have a problem with sewing. Because I made the mistake before trying to sew on Heat and Bond Ultra Gold. And yeah, that was a mistake. Okay, that's as many stars as that one is going to be. So look at that, that looks cute. A little star stitch there in the middle. That's actually a really cute little tag right there. And I really like the way that the dark thread looks. Red would actually be a really cool color on these two. I always want to cover Avery. A woman after my own heart. Okay, so let's go straight stitch now. Let's see what we do. Do we have anything exciting? Not really. Okay, so let's do straight stitch. Again, longest setting, number 5. I always stitch straight stitch on paper. On paper, because fabric is different. But on paper, I always do the longest length. It's just what I always find that works for me. That way it doesn't perforate your paper. This one I'm just going to make a square in the middle. All right. This one's just going to be like that. That just gives it a little like shabby chicness to it. You need my machine? Get it at Walmart, girl. It is a good machine. It is a really good machine. I recommend it. Y'all know. Y'all know me. But this is really the only sewing machine I've ever used. So I don't really feel like I'm I'm the ultimate authority on what sewing machine you should get, of course. But I love this sewing machine. It has awesome stitches. And I love it. Just get the warranty. Get the warranty, because if you're new to sewing machines, like I was at one point, you'll move stuff around and be like, oh, whoops, I messed up. Of course, it's a lot easier sewing on the big bag. Okay. There we go. I'm just going to do that on that. Just be a little plain. Let's do these ones the way we've been doing with the zigzag and whatnot. Make them look pretty. Okay, hopefully I get out of this little funk and I get back to decorating tomorrow. I'm going to take the rest of the day off. I'm going to hang out with my hubby. I'm going to try and get back in my decorating tip tomorrow. I went over it 2 times. Oops. Whoops. to go over it one more time. Okay, so put a frame on it. No, I'm gonna put the zigzag stitches on. Because I totally was not paying attention. Okay. Which is okay, why not? Let's put them in afterwards. It's totally okay. This one just has a lot of strings, that's all. just a lot of strings, but it's okay, still looks cute. Definitely the choice of fabric, along with the thread, is what makes these fun. And of course, like I said, I'm going to add the really cute ribbon fabric at the top, so they're going to look super shabby chic. Super shabby chic. That's a tongue twister right there. I need a straight stitch on this setting. Okay. Keep going off camera. Oops. Okay, so there we go. And zigzags. Again, zigzag I do with width of 5, length of 2. And the straight stitch is on the longest setting, 5. Okay. Hi, how are you? I hope you are well. Okay. Back on straight. And then we go to zigzaggy. Okay. So there's the last one before we do the next batch of fabric mix. So these look already fabulous. They took a little bit extra effort, but they look super cute. Okay. I'm going to do a couple more. The different fabric combo. Well, just different fabric, I guess. Trying to figure out. Oh, right. I moved it. I swung it. That's why it's not looking straight down. I'm like, why is it not looking down? Okay. So now I have this fabric. And I'm trying to figure out how to make the screen more focused, but I'm not that good at this. Okay, so I'm brand new at this. Let me take off the edge here because I just can't stand the stitch edge right now because I don't need it. So let me just take that off. Oh yeah, this was crooked. This was so crooked. I don't know how I cut it so crooked, but okay. And that's when things went wrong right there. Okay. So I said, how tall again? I don't remember. Let's see. Which one came out right? This one came out right. So basically 4 inches. Okay. 4 inch, which is right here. Because I count squares, that's how I can tell. That's how I count with the square. squares. Okay. Okay. Just double check because wait, that one was wrong. That one didn't get cut up right. This one did. This one did. And we're good. And it was 2 1/4. Okay. So let's cut off this part. Okay. What am I making? We're making these right here. These wonderful tags right here. So this is the same stuff that I made my covers, fabric, heat and bond, and packing paper. So same combo as my covers. Same idea as the covers. Just a different use. Just showing y'all a different use. Because you could be left with a lot of heat and bond. Perfect. This is going to look beautiful with the black. I could also use a different color, but I think I'm gonna stick with black. It's just so, the contrast is so stark that I love it. This is one of my favorite fabrics for sure. And I had it so long, I felt so spoiled because now I'm running out of it. And I'm like, no. No. Just love it so much. I'm pretty sure Crafty Arena sent me this one. Could almost swear, but I won't. I want to gamble. Okay, so let's go over here. Let's go over here. And one more. Do one more. I think I got enough time to get these sewed up here. Okay. Okay. This over here. Okay, y'all. It just got hot. It's too hot up in here. Okay. So I'm going to use a little bit of a glue stick situation here. I'm just putting a line down the middle because that's where I'm not going to sew. And I'm just gluing them down. And that way they don't shift around when I'm sewing on them. Could be brave and not do this part, but I'm not that brave. You could glue the fabric onto cardstock, and that might make a really cute journaling part for your journal. Like I said, I'm going to make some of these, just these labels right here with cardstock, and that way they can be little labels that I put down in my journal. I think they would look adorable. I think they would look so cool. I am not enjoying this. No, it's not any fresher. This is the time we suffer here in Las Vegas. This is our 3 months that we got to pay because our rent is low. That's the cost. That's the cost of living here. Okay. The 4th is gonna suck, girl. Don't even tell me. I'm not going anywhere, so. And my birthday's on the 5th. Yeah, my birthday's on the 5th. I'm big 32. It's whatever. And then I gotta take care of my mom, so I don't know if I might not go live for like a week or so. This might be a little intense taking care of my mother, but I don't know. We'll see. But if you don't see me around, that's why. Because I'm taking care of my mom. I'm only gonna have like a little bit to hang out with my husband now. I'm basically gonna be like sleeping in my mom's house. So that starts on the 9th, so we'll see how I will feel about my channel. Okay, so we're gonna go straight stitch first. I use the longest setting. Oh, my socks are making my feet so hot. Okay, Letitia. I don't think I'm gonna be on later, but yeah, I'll see you tomorrow maybe. Okay, so we're on straight stitch and we go around this side. Doesn't have to be perfect, but this is a good time to practice. Practice keeping your little eyeball on these 2 little lines right here. There's 2 lines, and you can use them to make like a border. Okay, so we're gonna start, and then we're gonna go to zigzag. And then we're gonna go back to straight. Could do other stitches. Maybe on the next one we'll do other stitches. So go to zigzag. Okay, and then straight. Oh, you miss your mom, girl? It's just such a universal pain, you know? I haven't seen my mom in I've seen her once in the last 3 months. That's it. And I think she was trying to ask me if I wanted to come over or something, but I was like, you know what? I went to Cali, and so I feel bad, and so I'm waiting until I go take care of you to make sure that I'm okay. She's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. They call me paranoid, but I'd rather be safe right now. Okay. So let me try. I love this fabric so much. This fabric is so beautiful. Okay, so let me try doing a different type of stitch. I want to do maybe the one that I call fishbone. Let's see. So let's do my straight stitch all the way around. Yeah, I'm really trying, y'all. I love her, but I'm trying to avoid her right now. I don't want to be the reason. Oh, I don't want to be the reason. Okay, so now we're going to go. And I want to do the fishtail, which is number 50. And I believe I think I used the longest, biggest stitch. So I just used the longest, biggest setting. You gotta make sure that it finishes the arrow. Okay. Let me go back to straight. Oh yeah, that looks cute. That looks real cute. Okay, so let's do that stitch again. China machine is number 50, the longest, widest I can get the stitch. That looks so cute. Okay, now we go back to straight stitch. One more. Right here. And then right here, we're going to go back to that stitch again, number 50. On the longest, widest setting. Okay, straight. sure there's some fancier machines that I could like program the stitches that I want to switch between or something. It sounds like some technology that would exist. Back to 50. Longest line setting. Hey Lori. Girl, I hope you get out soon. I hope you're done with that soon. It takes time, Lori. It takes time, girl. I know. Okay, so this one came out freaking fabulously. Look at that. So I did the fishbone stitches. I'm telling you, I cannot decide if this focus is better than anything else. But it looks really cute with that stitch. I love it. Fishbone stitch. I think I'm going to do, there's this other stitch that I like. It's the same stitches that I use to make the actual quilted covers with. So it's not really much of a change. But let's do it. For that one, it's number 31. So we'll do a straight stitch all the way around first. Of course, imperfection is encouraged in choke journals, so don't sweat it. Okay, so we did the first one. Now I'm going to go in with that stitch that I want to do, which is on my machine is number 31. And again, I'm going to go with the longest, widest setting, because that's normally the ones I like. Oh, this is so cute. Okay. Back to straight. And this one's not perfect. It's perfectly straight, so I kind of have to go crooked on purpose now. Back to that, what I call a Frankenstein stitch. I'm sure that's not what it's actually called. It's just what I call it because that's what it looks like to me. Okay, now we're going to go back to straight. Okay, now here in the middle, we're going to go back, excuse me, to that Frankenstein stitch. Back to straight. And right here, we're going to go to Frankenstein stitch, longest, widest setting. And straight stitch. This is going to look so cute. That is what I call the Frankenstein stitch. I love it. I love it so much, guys. So you can have a little bit of variety here. You could have a little bit of variety. Of course, my favorite's still that zigzag one, but you can switch it up a little bit. Can switch it up just to have a little bit more fun with it. All right, I got one more tag, and then I am done for today. I'm not done sewing tags. That's pretty much all I've been doing, you guys. Since yesterday, look what I've done. This is, you guys are going to be amazed. So this is what I've been doing instead of decorating, you guys. Instead of decorating, I've been sitting here stitching tag after tag after tag after tag. You guys, somebody needs to stop me. I've just been going through my whole box of new tags, which I'm so happy I bought. Again, check it out on Amazon, you guys. You get like 1,000 boxes of tags for like, I don't know, I think it was like 10, 15 bucks. Okay. I got the last tag. I always get, well, actually I have 2 tags. I always get carried away. much. I always get carried away. I can never just make one, you guys. I can't. It's a problem, Lord. It's a problem. It's a problem. But it's okay. I'm going to put them up at my shop whenever I feel like I have enough. Whenever that is, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Last time I sold my tags, I think I sold like 200 of them, something like that. Something ridiculous like that. I think I had like 15 sets of 12 tags, and I'm like, wow, Dave, you need to stop. Someone needs to stop you. Like, you have a problem. I like making tags. I love it so much. I really do. And it's just, I don't know. I like repetitive things. Maybe that explains me. Let's see if we can find a fun stitch. Okay, let's do number 75. Because that one's a little bit crazy. It's a little bit one of the crazier ones. And it might be a mistake. It might be a mistake because it might be a little bit too wide for, I don't even know. Let's just see. It's okay. I thought it was going to be too wide of a stitch for this, but it's not. We're good. Just have to make it somehow go back to the straight stitch line. Let's see, I've now run into the first problem with this fancy stitch I'm trying to use. It's pretty hard to get it back to where it's supposed to be, back in the middle of the straight stitch. You'll see it in a minute. Oh, it looks cute, but I think I made it too wide. Let's see. Let's see if I can use the default numbers. Let's see what that'll look like. Oh. Okay, it's working, but that one might be too tight. I don't know. Let's see. I'll show you guys in a second when it comes out. This one was an experiment. Not sure if it went right or wrong. Not sure. Because I did different stitch here than here. Okay, let's see. 75. See if I can make it look any better. I don't know. I'm doing like the little loop-de-loop. That does a lot of stitches. And if I wasn't using the heat and bond and the packing paper, I would be worried about this right now. But since we're sewing basically fabric onto paper, with the layer in between, it's a little bit more stable than just sewing on fabric. Let's go back to this. Oh, this one was a mess. One of them had to be, but that's okay. See? It actually doesn't look bad with the default stitch. It actually looks pretty cute with the default stitch. This was me trying to pick the longest, widest stitch, which I didn't really like that. But I think if I had stuck to this one, it might have looked a lot cuter. Okay. Okay, but let's try. We will try. There's this one. It's not a loop-de-loop, but it like goes up and down. So let's see. We'll try it. We're gonna do straight stitch. Okay, so we got the straight stitch all the way around. Okay, I just swapped out the thread on my machine, trying this out. Game changer. Try it out. It is fun. Okay. I wish me luck. I don't know how this is going to go. I really don't know how this is going to go, but let's see. Oh, no. No, this has to be the longest, biggest maybe, because no. Ooh, I don't like this already. already. I'm going to call this a fail, but hey, we're going to finish it. We're going to see how it is. Oh, no, girl, no. That's terrible, but you know what? It's okay. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna go back to the zigzag and the straight stitch. We're gonna make this right. Just wait. Believe in me, you guys. Believe in me. Okay, so let's do zigzag. I always have to mess up the last one. I tell you, I do everything good, and then the last one, I always want to experiment for some reason, and then there goes all the goodness in my video. Okay. Let's do a zigzag. Okay. So I'm going to try and make it an even bigger mess. And then it looks like I did it on purpose. Bam. You guys, it's too much. Did you glue the fabric down? No, well, yeah, I did. Okay, so here, if you're just coming in, if you're just logging on. So what I did was, this is how I make my journal covers. I use fabric, heat and bond light, and packing paper. So basically, I turn my fabric into paper first. I do this for my junk journal covers, and I do this for some other projects too, but mostly I do this for my junk journal covers. And so then I cut this to size, and then I do use a little glue stick here in the middle just to kind of hold it in place while I sew. But yeah, you guys, thank you guys so much for joining me today on today's little video while I just made a little bit of a mess and we had a little bit of fun. And I got some tags done, so this is exciting. I'm definitely going to make some tags like this. I have a lot of heat and bond left, so maybe that'll be something I do over the weekend just to have some fun before I got to go take care of my mom. But yeah, you guys, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today, and I will come and hang out with y'all tomorrow. So do make sure to check out my channel and give me a little thumbs up on this video if you liked it. It really helps me out, and thank you guys so much for keeping me company here while I do my little experiments. You guys, thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.